Today we're going to be talking about compound interest, and our essential question is, how do you find the total amount of a compound interest loan? Okay, we do have a different formula for compound interest. It is different as the simple interest. The compound interest is A equals P, parentheses, 1 plus R, close parentheses, and then we have an exponent of T. Okay, so A in this case is going to be the total amount at the end of a time period, so at the end of a loan or at the end of the investment. The simple interest, they gave us the interest, and then we would have to add the principal to get the total amount. Here, we can just get one formula and just do the total amount with one formula, okay? If you wanted to find the interest, we would get this formula. We would get A, subtract the principal, and then we would have the interest, okay? And that's what this says right here. So it's just a faster way to getting your total amount that you owe at the end of a loan or at the end of, or how much money you gain at the end of an investment. Okay. So in the first question, it says find the amount of a loan of $2,500 for 4 years at 3.5% interest compounded annually. So in a question, it will say compounded annually, and when it says that, we have to use the formula A equals P times 1 plus R to the power of T. Okay? And so here I'm going to put my P, R, T, just like the simple interest, but it's a different formula. Okay, so our P is still going to be our principal. That's 2,500. Our rate is still going to be that percentage in decimal form, so it'll be 0.035. And then our time will always be in years. In this case, it says 4 years, so 4 is going to be our T. Okay, we're going to put it into our formula. A is equal to 2,500 times 1 plus 0.035, and then our exponent is 4. Okay, when we put this into the calculator, let's see what we get. We should get the total amount at the end of 4 years is going to be 2,868 with 81 cents. That's the total amount at the end of 4 years. And you see, like in this formula, we don't have to get the interest and then add the principal because it already does it for us. Okay, so here the total amount after 5 years is 2,868 with 81 cents. Let's look at example number 2. It says Samantha received an inheritance of $7,400 from her grandfather. She will invest the money at her bank, but has several options to choose from. So option 1 is 5% interest compounded annually, and option 2 is 6% simple interest. She plans on using the money in 30 months as a down payment for a new house. Which option should she choose to invest her money in? Okay, so I'm going to put PRT over here because we are going to use PRT for both options, right? Or P is going to be 7,000. Or actually, let's do a T chart here. So I think it might be a little bit more simple. So option 1, option 2. Option 1, we'll use the A. P times 1 plus R T, and option 2 will have interest is equal to PRT. Okay, let's go ahead and erase that part. Okay, so let's do PRT. Our PRT for option 1, it says P will be that 7,400 that she inherited. Rate is going to be 0.05. And our months is 30 months. We have to divide that by 12 to get the years. And so 30 divided by 12, that's 2.5. So that's 2.5 years. So we're going to use that as our time. Because remember, this has to be in years. Okay, not months. It has to be in years. Okay, so let's move this over a little bit more. Okay, so for our formula, we got 7,400 times 1 plus 0.05, and our exponent is 2.5. When we put that into the calculator, our total amount is 7,400 times 1.5, exponent 2.5. We get 8,359 with 97 cents. Okay. For our option 2, it says it has simple interest. So a PRT, our P is still 7,400. Our rate is 6%, so it's going to be 0.06. And our time is still going to be 2.5, which is that 30 months. Okay. So on this one, our interest will be 7,400 times 0.06 times 2.5. So let's do that in the calculator. Our interest is 1,110, but that's not how much it's going to grow, right? That's just the interest. So we need to do our P plus our I, which is 7,400 plus 1,111, and our total, let's add those two together. We get $8,510 with 0 cents. Okay, so depending on what you want, usually you want more money. I would choose option 2 because it gives us some more money, even with the higher simple interest, right? So I would choose option 2 because it gives us more money. Let's do the last question. It says Eric borrowed $1,000 at a 4% interest rate compounded annually for 3 years, and then Tyler borrowed $1,000 at 5% simple interest rate for 3 years. How much will each boy owe altogether at the end of 3-year period? Okay, so let's look at how much each one owes. So for Eric, he says he compounded annually for 3 years. So he'll use the A equals P times 1 plus RT. So P, RT. P is going to be that 1,000. Rate is 4%, so we'll put 0.04. And our time is 3 years, so we'll put 3. So this turns into 1,000 times 1 plus 0.04 to the power of 3. So let's see what that is. The total amount is 1,124.86. So that's how much he owes. Okay, let's see how much Tyler owes. So for Tyler, he borrows 1,000, so his P is still 1,000. His rate is actually 5% and it's simple interest. So we won't be using this formula over here. We'll be using something else. And our time is also 3 years. Okay, so here we have the interest equals P times R times T. Our interest is 150, and let's get our principal plus our interest, so that way we get our total. So total is 1,150. Okay, and it says how much will each boy owe all together at the end of the year. So Eric will owe a little bit less than Tyler because of the compounded annually than Tyler because he only used simple interest. Okay, so Eric owes the least amount.